Sloan, now it's time for Say Uncle!
Say Uncle, where we take on the world and we give them the old Say Uncle typewriter on the chest move for doing some horrible things or just not
being
living up. Being a total fuck chop.
Or just being annoying. Like sometimes it's just kind of
That's
annoying.
right, or just being annoying. Because the uncles are pretty sensitive to all of it.
Big babies.
All right, so I'll go first. I want to say Uncle to one of America's most interesting entertainers. Now, I hate to call the lad out for this, but even righteous dudes must be called out from time to time. So,
That's true.
Say Uncle Sloan Davis, for you gave a pint of Guinness to Saudi Prince Mohammed bin Salman 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. I forget when it was. He showed all this progressive moves. Now, most, famous pundits like Sloan were tricked into this progressive idea. He was letting women drive. They were going to movie theaters, right?
It's bullshit.
And then, well, it turns out he basically ordered the frickin' murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi's death. He did a little smoke screen there, and so Sloan Davis has to be held accountable. Famous, good-looking guy. You're gonna, all get over it. But say Uncle Sloan Davis.
All right, I'm drinking.
Too late. I already said say it.
Because there's a reason why Sloan wanted to go first on this one, because he knew that was going to be one of my Say Uncles.
Yes.
That Say Uncle Sloan Davis. But more importantly, I was going to say Uncle to the Crown Prince, and all of his protectors, including our president, who basically says we can't hold this guy accountable for murder because we have too much money.
Arms deal.
Basically saying, this reporter's life doesn't matter, which again, I know. All right.
Even our religious leader said that. So, Pat Robertson or whatever.
You guys posted a good cartoon strip about that on the Facebook page. I saw that.
Say Uncle Donald Trump.
Boo, you said you'd never do it.
I know.
Yeah.
I said I would never do it, but drink.
Yeah, you have to drink now. But
I'll drink for it because
you said no.
A faux pas.
Tell us. Pray tell. What has finally thrown you over the edge?
Sloan, I know, right? Well, here it is. Sloan Say Uncle himself for supporting the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. And I was going to say Uncle Sloan for doing that, but I really wanted to say Uncle all of those who are defending Saudi Arabia, and because we have so much money invested in Saudi Arabia and vice versa. And it's almost like our president is the lawyer for the Saudi crown family. Like it's so absurd that a U.S. president is giving comfort and aid to essentially the country from where all the terrorists from 9/11 came from, a country that hates women, a country that executes people with no due process. And it's almost like he's on their side. Instead of saying what America stands for is justice, and when a reporter gets killed for being a critic of the government, and this president comes out and says, oh, it's okay because we have $110 billion of weapons sales to this country, so we don't want to mess with that. It doesn't really matter if a reporter gets killed. What's at stake is democracy and the First Amendment, the freedom of the press, and this president has shown that he has no concern and no respect at all for the freedom of the press, and this is a dangerous time.
Absolutely.
My conservative friends are saying, what has he done? that makes him a fascist? Well, this is the beginning, right here. This is why I'm calling him out, because we are seeing for the first time a president acting against our own interests as a democracy.
All right, well, screw that timer, because I'm jumping in. But we've seen it in Russia. We're seeing it. It's not the first time, Grant. Sorry, I disagree with you there. But this is huge. And
It's huge.
And here's
Maybe
the
for the
thing.
first time here.
Even that $110 billion military contract that we have with Saudi Arabia, because of all
That's a lie, by the way.
or whatever it
We
is,
don't have that much.
and it doesn't matter how much the price is. Saudi Arabia can't turn around and go to China and go to Russia because their whole infrastructure for military is the United States' platform for weaponry. So it would cost them too much money to have to go and say, okay, we're done with all that. Now go to the Russians. So we're not going to lose them as customers, regardless. So when he says, "Oh no, we're in charge," we might lose them. That's a lie too.
Right. A real president would use that leverage to make Saudi Arabia hold them accountable for murdering a journalist.
That's right.
And endangering
on
the freedom of the
foreign
press.
soil. I know that
Yes, in
embassies,
Turkey.
in Turkey, but I mean, this is an international
Scandal.
crisis.
Yeah.
This is a crisis, scandal, crisis. I mean, I think it's crisis.
And give credit to Turkey for like having some integrity and saying, we know the truth.
Yeah.
Like this guy was murdered.
And then,
We
of
saw
course,
video.
what does Trump do? He says, "Oh, just like Kavanaugh, this guy's being, guilty before any evidence before him." Trump, you knew it. You had all the evidence in front of you. You're the president of the United States. That shit's not sliding by, man. And even our religious leaders like Pat Robertson, man, came out and said the same thing. Good Christian, came out and said, "Oh no, we need that weaponry. We need to sell that weaponry."
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting. I don't know how anybody with true Christian faith follows any of those people. Honestly, it boggles my mind.
Those kind of people do so much damage to religion. You wonder why people are like leaving in droves. No, nobody wonders, because it's like these so-called religious leaders do
More
shit
independence,
like
more secular people.
Okay, for real. Like, that was really long.
That's
that. Sorry, I
okay.
had to
And this
say.
camera's moving back.
Had to be said. Had to be said. I agree. That was a good tie-in. I knew he was going to fucking come at me.
You're drunk and uncle, you're drunk and uncle.